On this episode of Ghost Tentacles, we're going to tell you a story. Really important story about
such important
things
and stuff.
But we don't even know what it's about. So the way we're going to tell you the story is we're going to each tell you a line, but these words that we used in our Marry, Fuck, Kill Inanimate Object Edition video are going to be the same words that we used to create a story. Very important.
So go get comfy and get some popcorn and lay your head down for story time. Get your spanimal. Yeah, and be spoopy.
Spooky. Okay. So.
That'll be the beginning of the story.
So, one day, there was a girl walking down a spooky road. There was mist everywhere, and it was just dusk, right before the sun went down and the moon came up. And there, ahead, was a pile of tomatoes.
Ooh. Okay. And these tomatoes were on a Indian burial ground, and they were haunted tomatoes. And these haunted tomatoes decided to one day come be reanimated, I guess, because of the spirits that were there.
Right,
so the spirits took over these tomatoes and made them haunted. And the first thing these tomatoes wanted to do was for their first time again on Earth after so long, was go to the liquor store and get some beer.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, to buy the beer, they needed to get money, and to get money, they had to rob the bank. So they had to go in my purse and get my bank card, and they found my purse somehow, and they then stole my bank card and stole my money.
So haunted, drunk, robber tomatoes.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And when they were in your purse and they took your credit card, they found out that they are not the only thieves, and they found someone else's cell phone in your purse.
Aha. Well, after they went to the liquor store, they decided to go next door into Home Goods. Lovely Home Goods. And in Home Goods, they were, you know, they hadn't really had beer in a long time, so like being drunk to them was like super trippy, and they were like, look at this awesome fairy statue, I'm gonna buy this fairy statue. So there's like this pile of tomatoes, and they buy this fairy statue, and so you know,
and they have this credit card, so they're just like buying tons of
all
fairy
my credit
statues.
cards. All of my credit cards. Yeah, fucking assholes. So they're just walking around down the street with a fairy statue. Pile of tomatoes, fairy statue.
And then, so they don't have a way to get anywhere, so when they're in the parking lot of Home Goods, they break into a vehicle, because they're, you know, robber tomatoes, as we've already established. Oh. And then in this car they broke into, they somehow hotwire it, because they're smart haunted tomatoes, and they put the fairy statue in cup holders.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, the fairy has to be able to see while they're driving.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, now, they've gotten in the car, and they're like, you know, we haven't been around in a while. We've been away in the spirit world for a really long time, and we have to get acclimated to the new society. We have this cell phone, but we don't have a computer. So they go across from Home Goods, and they go into Best Buy, and they say, we're going to buy a computer. Sir, Mr. Geek Squad Man, can you please assist me in purchasing a computer?
Hook us and my tomato friends, and drunk breath. Okay, with a computer.
Yeah.
And after they have a computer, they decide that they want to go back home and get hooked up and then go on the internet. And so they go back to their home, and they start leaning up against their gravestones and get their computers situated, their laptops.
Yeah. Well, obviously the tomatoes, they live in the graveyard with their gravestone because they're spirit tomatoes, so they don't really know where their real home is because they're from like the 1700s, so they don't have a home anymore. So they're sitting there along, and this guy... Yeah. This guy comes along, and he is trying to use a non-technical term here, and he's a person who helps dead people carry on to back to where they belong. So this man takes out a bunch of candles, and he summons some of their spirit friends, and their spirit friends capture them and take them, and they all go into a portal back to the spirit world, and there is just this man, and he has done his good deed for the day and sent the spirits back where they belong, and, you know, all the robberies are undone magically by having sent them back. So now there's a man in the graveyard, and he is.
And okay, so now all of the spirit drunk spirit tomatoes are gone.
He fixed it.
And now there's just this man who helped them in the graveyard, and so he's kind of stuck there. And he's like sort of old fashioned, I guess. He's not down with technology, and so all he has on him is this old cell phone that doesn't even can only make calls.
He can't text or anything, but he decides that he's going to call his buddy. And him and his buddy are gonna go get some sushi.
And what you don't know is that him and his buddy are more than just buddies.
Oh, yeah.
So him and his buddy have a little bit of sake, and then they get a little bit flirty, and they end up in bed together.
And the other thing you don't know about them is that they are very kinky. So before they go to bed, they're sure to try on their Halloween costumes for each other. And there's some, role playing going on. And then they get cozy up in bed.
That's cute. And so they're in this nice little house together.
Yeah. And after they take a nap, they wake up and they say, you know what? Our spirit work for today isn't done. Let's get out the Ouija board, pull it out from under the bed, and they start to contact the tomatoes just to make sure that they had a safe transition and everybody's okay on the other side.
Oh, that was very sweet. And they're sitting in quite comfy chairs while they do this.
Yeah. Ouija board's on the table.
Yeah.
And they had taken some sushi home, so they take out the leftover tentacles that they had gotten their sushi, and they eat the tentacles. And they decide that they should call up their friends Chloe and Porphy, and they have this idea, and they say, "Whoa, you guys should start a YouTube channel called Ghost Tentacles."
And we were like, we don't even have our shoes on!
So we put our shoes on, and we put the dildos away since we were on.
I know. We didn't like
they were everywhere.
The shoes and then the dildos.
So we put on our shoes, put the dildos away, and...
And we got on our bicycles really quick.
Yep.
Which I can't ride, so I got on the back of hers.
We have a two-person bicycle.
Yeah.
And we took our bicycle to the store with our credit cards, and we bought...
some duct tape.
Yeah.
To get ready for our Ghost Tentacles videos.
Yeah. So then, once we got to our friend's house, he hands us a key to anything. It tells us that this key is magical and it can open any door. So we take this key and we open the door and...
It's a door to a magic land of taxidermy.
Whoa! And it's all free. So we both collect up a whole bunch of taxidermy. I get some nice horned creatures, and you get some fluffy bunnies, and and lots of cool things. And we load up the car, and we go home with our taxidermy, and we decide that we're going to do our first Ghost Tentacles video about taxidermy.
Segue.
Not really. No. So after we had our wonderful taxidermy adventure, we decided to carry on, and we did one of our other favorite things, which is going to IKEA. And we got some... Can you get that cup right there?
We got some... Can you get some cups back? Ah! Oops.
So we went to IKEA,
and
we got some delicious lingonberry drink, which I still have from before.
From IKEA?
Ah!
Along with some doorbells.
How do we do with doorbells?
I don't know, you get them from IKEA, right?
We got all this crap, and we're still trying to figure out how to start our Ghost Tentacles YouTube channel, and we just sit there and end up eating cookies, and alas, no videos have been filmed.
Yeah. Huh.
Sounds typical.
And, then we decide to make these videos, we need to set rules, like a ruler rules.
Yeah.
I don't know, ruler.
And once we set the rules, we decided that our first video is actually not going to be about taxidermy. Instead, we're going to go film it in a haunted house. And we know lots of haunted houses, of course, because we're so spooky. So we go off to the haunted house, and we start to do our video, and...
out of nowhere, this man in his face is covered. He comes out of the haunted house running, and he has a power drill in his hand, and we run out screaming.
And luckily, there was just any car sitting right there, and it had the keys in it. It was ready to go. So we just jumped in the car, sped away, and we were safe from the man with the power drill.
And then, finally, after all of that, we decided, fuck the haunted house. We can't film that. We can't put that guy out on the internet. What if he's going to come for us, and our lives are in jeopardy? So, we just made a Ghost Tentacles set.
Yeah, and here it is. This is, So, we decided that we needed proper lighting in here, so we went to the store, we bought some curtains to block out the windows so we had our proper, this lighting, instead of the you know, the shady and limey light that wasn't going to work for us.
And you know, after all of that hard labor, we needed a cucumber to relax for a little while.
Well, you know, we cut it up and put it on our eyes.
Yeah,
it made
what were you thinking?
It made perfect sense. And then while we were relaxing, we got our plushies. You know, well, there's another one.
Yeah, we have one right here and there for the set. And then we put on our elf ears, which are off right now, but you know,
Yeah,
it helps us set up.
They exist. We'll put a picture of them maybe. And we look in the mirror to make sure our elf ears are on straight, and yeah, we start filming away. And at the end of video filming.
At the end of video filming, this is actually quite true. We always get anything at Hooters.
Anything. Actually, everything.
Everything.
And we had this idea that after Hooters we should go out to our second or third or one of our favorite places and get bubble tea, because what the fuck else do we do?
And
you and your dirty mind.
No.
That was not what that meant. Oh no.
And we very often before and after filming, we'll cut our hair, so we need to make sure we find some scissors. She's always cutting her bangs. Okay.
And then we went out one day because we needed another video idea. We're going into the future now. We've now established our highly successful YouTube channel, Ghost Tentacles, and we have 1,000 million subscribers, and we are now YouTubers as our real jobs. It's really exciting. So
the future.
So we go out and we're doing a video, and I want to trick her. So I put a blindfold on her, and it's the "What's in my mouth" video, and actually it's a dead octopus, and she doesn't know. She thinks it's a plushie, but it's actually real.
No, again.
Not again. Well, actually, we did do that the one time. I don't think I put it in your mouth, but yeah.
And then,
On video.
To get her back, I put some glue on her seat. She wasn't looking.
And then we decided to do this game that we're doing right now, and I wrote this piece of paper here, and that's where we are right now. That was the story of how we got here.
You went to being famous, though.
Well,
listen. We went through a time warp.
Time warp.
And we then for tomorrow are going to blow dry our hair.
So then we decide that we're going to come up with a Ghost Tentacles podcast. Yay, podcast, yay, podcast. Yay. So then we are going to have, you know, all these fancy people come on, and we're going to sit there and talk, and you're going to get to download our podcast and put them on your iPods. Yeah, fictional life.
Woo. And it's a good thing because, not just with the podcasts or this video, you don't need to worry about mouthwash because you don't smell our breath ever.
Yeah, exactly. So we decided to do like a really, really funny video about modeling stereotypes. So we're doing our video, and I say to her, I'm like, what's the funniest model stereotype? Obviously the railroad tracks. So we go, we get our fairy wings, our caution tape, and we go to this railroad tracks, and we do our photo shoots with our tutus on, and alas, we have created the most
cliches of cliches.
Amazing.
Okay. But then to contrast to that, which is also not very goth, we well that was super goth, but we then went to a sunflower field, and we wanted something happy and light, so we shot at a sunflower field after that.
We like sunflowers. So after that, as with anything, we go get coffee, because that's just what we do, always. And all lists of things that we always do. There's a lot of things we always do. And after the coffee, we decided to go back to the field.
I can't. We decided to go back to the field, and we're just having fun running around.
Sunflowers are fun to run around. Yeah. I mean, it happens.
And then we trip, and Chloe falls right flat-faced on top of a dead body.
Well, obviously this has been mortifying. So I get up and I run to the car and I get my banana, because I have a safety banana, so I needed my safety banana, and all is well. And then we obviously called the police about the dead body while I'm eating my banana.
And you're all sitting there rocking back and forth eating the banana, and I'm like searching in your car for like something in case whatever got that dead body, whatever made that dead body, is around. So I just reached and found a wrench, which is funny because normally it would be the opposite, that Chloe would get the wrench and I would, be rocking back and forth.
Yeah. And it's funny because I actually used to keep a wrench in my car for that purpose, which is really funny. It was like a giant wrench. It was when I was in automotive school. It's like this huge wrench. It's like, oh, I'm gonna beat
people with this wrench.
So we've now, the cops have came, and we are now witnesses to this murder, although we didn't see the murder, but we found the body, and they want to question us and shit, and I'm like, fine, we'll come with you, but first I need my chapstick.
Yeah. And so they interviewed us for a long time, and they found out that the murder weapon was a pair of socks that was just evil socks that constricted him to death. And so we solved a mystery murder, and that was the high point of our career.
Yeah. So that's how Ghost Tentacles became super famous, and that wasn't even intentional. So yeah, that's the story of how the Ghost Tentacles became the most popular YouTube channel in the whole world, and how we get to do this every day and make so much money, and not so much money, just enough money to survive. We don't
I'll
need
be
our other jobs,
Scooby-Doo and you can be Nancy Drew.
Sure. No, I want to be like...
What do you want to be?
I don't know.
Who's a famous mystery? You can be Sherlock Holmes and I'll be...
I don't know.
I still want to be Scooby-Doo.
Okay, well, if you're new Scooby-Doo, then I'll be, well, whatever.
Velma's cool. She's not... Yeah, you're prettier than Velma.
Isn't Velma the nerdy one?
Yeah, but she's
Who's
cool.
Oh, Daphne. Daphne's
Daphne.
the...
But Daphne's Daphne. She's not very sharp.
Oh well.
But anyway.
Look at us solving murders and shit! This is what you get on Ghost Tentacles.
That was our story. I hope you were entertained.
Thank you for watching this episode of Ghost Tentacles, where we told you some fucking ridiculous story that was all kinds of full of nonsense and all kinds of things like that.
And you should play too.
Yep.
It was a fun game.
So subscribe to our channel and fill your life with octoplasm, because octoplasm is wonderful and lovely, and we
do
like
some
octoplasm.
ad-libs while you're at it.
Yeah, why not? That was fun. So go home, cut out a bunch of slips of paper, and then you and your friends can do this game also, because it's just...
It's a good... Yeah, it was cute.
Sort of. It was fun! Okay, so yeah, bye!
That was a cute way to run with. We're recording. Okay.